Hello everyone, it's me Krasimir Panayotov back with another video in the Rich Spirit channel. This video guys will be a weekly Forex forecast analysis on the Forex pairs, gold, some of the stock markets which are given from our brokers. And what we are about to do today is something incredible because it is the beginning of a new year and a lot of things already happened on the markets, especially the last week. We had a massive drop on gold, as you can see. We had a consolidation around the Euro USD and also many interesting things which I will show you few moments after. So I will start this time first with gold because this is what I have traded most recently, and what we have here on gold on the daily chart is this massive drop the last 3 days of the previous week. Okay, so as I have mentioned, I took a buy trade from this support area. I took a profit around this high, which is exactly where the previous high was, so it was a good trade, and I expected we can even go higher after some small correction. So the correction came to here on the support level. The price closed above the support, and on the second day we had this doji candle indecision, which I decided that could continue the trend, and I took a small buy, okay, but I got easily stopped out somewhere here with this massive bearish candle. Okay, now let's move to the 4-hour and see what happened on gold. So here is the channel that got broken. Here is where was my stop loss, maybe a little bit lower below these highs over here, and I got stopped out. And here we had these candles which the price started consolidating for a while. Let's move to the 1-hour. I expected that we may see some pullback probably to this resistance area. On the 15-minute chart, here it was interesting. I took a sell trade and I profited until maybe here, or maybe even a little bit lower. I took a good profit on this, but now what is going on the 4-hour chart? We see this beautiful pin bar candle, which can be a sign of a reversal, at least for some correction to the upside. Okay, so let's take the Fibonacci tool and see how much we can actually correct to the upside. So I'm gonna keep them. Let's draw again this support and resistance around these highs, and this is exactly around the 50% of the Fibonacci. So I'll not wait exactly to the 50%. For me, it's better to take my profit a little bit earlier, around the 38.2%. But I will leave two positions here. One, I will take profit around the 38%, and the next I will leave, because if we go bullish and we start creating new highs, I can have a very cheap entry. Okay, so this is my plan on gold. Of course, the price can create correction and then continue moving downwards with this downtrend. But what I want also to show you guys on the daily chart is something very interesting, which I have seen. It will be even on the weekly. As you can see, there is a strong uptrend from here to here, okay, and then this consolidation, this correction on gold. So this looks pretty much like a flag pattern, which if gets broken like it did the last week, we can see another push to the upside, and that's fine. But with this massive rejection, we are definitely not ready for a long-term bias. When we see the weekly chart, this engulfing candle on the weekly says a rejection and probability for more bearish moves, okay? But also I want to show you actually hidden trend. Now this is the outer trend line, okay? Catching the last two bottoms. So we can test again this support area, and from the trend line and the support we to go back up higher. Or you can see also this hidden trend catching these 1, 2, 3 these pin bar bottoms, 4 here. Let's make it a little bit like this. So this is the actual trend line without this extreme here, okay? So this is very interesting to me. And if this is true trend line, then we can find some support around this area here, and we can see some continuation to the upside again. So this is what I hope to see on gold. I made a small buy here, so I can set the stop loss or here or a little bit lower under this support area, okay? But this is a very small position, so I don't risk much, but the potential profits are of course unmeasurable. I hope the universe will reward me for this trade. Now this is my opinion about gold, guys. I am sure you have your own vision. Also there is possible way to see some inverted head and shoulders pattern with the left shoulder here, the head, and the right shoulder here. So if this happen, we can see even a higher high on gold. So everything is possible. Expect the unexpected on every forex pair. Now let's check some other pairs, guys. Let's start with Euro USD, on which on the weekly chart we see two pin bars which are a sign of rejection, and the weekly chart is beautiful to see because you see these pin bars happens exactly on a resistance level, as I have mentioned in the previous videos. So on the daily we have a chance to pull back a little bit from this super bullish rally, okay? Now let's zoom in and see what we have here. Now we had this channel here which actually couldn't maintain the bullish power and got broken recently. So what we can see here is another pullback to the upside and another rejection from the weekly resistance, and we to move to the downside a little bit. That's it for this market. Of course, if we break this resistance and we also break these highs over here, we can head to the next weekly resistance, which you can see over here around these previous highs. Okay, that's my opinion for Euro USD, and this really can continue the trend. You see this pin bar which is promising, so I expect a little bit at least move to the upside. If it breaks, we can test one of these two trend lines. We had the outer trend line and the inner trend line. We can make a correction, a test, because you see this move to the upside was too bullish. It seems like the price is a little bit overbought, so let's see the next week how it will go. Now on the Euro GBP, I will just remind you this head and shoulders pattern which I saw the last week. So if we break this support area, then we can head down probably to this daily and weekly support. That's exactly about the size of the head and shoulders. So it's a beautiful target to chase. And I'll be looking for this. But if we continue bullish, then I guess we'll be target again this weekly resistance around 0.92500. Okay, that's it for this market. Just quickly Euro OD and see that we reached important support area for the price. So from here we can see some bullish signals, and if we break this trend line, we can have some pullback. If not, the price is very bearish right now, so we can continue this even the next weeks. Why? Because we had a strong bullish trend, okay, which got broken, and now it's time for reversal, or at least a correction. Let's guys check the GBPUSD pair, and here it is. Now here again we had a bullish market, and we actually broke the daily resistance area. So we are again, the price again is at the support level. So we see this flag pattern or a wedge pattern, which if gets broken to the upside, then we definitely can look for some opportunities to take a buy trade and chase this next resistance area. Okay, this is what's on my mind. If here the resistance is too strong, then we can pull back a little, but how much exactly? Nobody will tell you but me. Okay, we have this trend line here, so this is a beautiful support area for the price. So if the price pulls back to this area, here we can observe the price for some beautiful bullish signals, so we can continue with the uptrend, and that's what is on my mind. Okay guys, let's switch to some other pairs. I saw that the USD pairs are very interesting, but I just want to finish with the euros first. Now on the weekly chart, this is the euro JPY, and you see how the price is squeezed between these two trend lines. So here the tension would be interesting. So we're now in a bullish trend. So on the daily chart, we actually broke this resistance level, and we're heading to the next one, which is above the current price. Maybe we can see more of consolidation around this area, and I believe after some time we can have a nice pullback. But I will not actually trade this pair because still there is no strong bullish or bearish signs. But overall the price looks more bullish to me. Okay, EuroCAD. Now this is interesting pair which I have been trading recently, and I have shared with you in some of my previous videos. Unfortunately, it's very choppy market, and it's hard to make some long-term profits on it. But you can see that this wedge pattern have broke out two times, once here, retested, and then it broke second time. So on the long term, I was looking more bullish on it. But since the last rejection here, we see the bearish move, okay? And what I can show you now is these head and shoulders with the left shoulder head and right shoulder, which got actually triggered, but still the price is correcting. So overall, I expect the price to turn around soon. But first, let's move to the 4-hour and see what we have here. I see this M pattern here, which gives us interesting idea that the price can continue for a while going bearish, okay? And then we had this triangle pattern, which on the 1 hour is looking very nicely. So what we can expect here, the price to continue to this line, which is exactly the parallel to this one. And this is my target. Still, I hold a sell trade here, and I hope I can reach a new low before the price turns around and start breaking this structure. And let's check something else, guys. Now the ultimate target on the weekly chart here, okay, let's say daily, I want to see a move to this weekly resistance, the pink one. This is my long-term dream. Okay, here you can see the trend line that will support the new lower low, so I expect a turn around from here. Of course the price can break much earlier. Okay, that's it for this pair. Let's check something else. Let's see AUD/USD and how this massive bullish rally is going. Now this became a very safe currency for the markets. You see the pandemic drop, the fires in Australia, yes, in the beginning of the previous year, and then the great recovery on this pair. It's really, really beautiful. You see 3, 6, 9, 10 bullish weeks in a row with one doji. It's incredible recovery. Okay, so here we again broke the resistance level, so the trend obviously continues. This is my first expectations. Now, USD CHF. I have spoken to you about this pair and this triangle which we had here, so we expected a move exactly to the previous support area, and this is exactly what happened. We have touched the support and now we have this bullish engulfing, which can say that it's time for a correction on this pair. Now I'll not take trades on this pair, but if the US dollar gets some strength on the next days, and if we break this downtrend, then we can see some correction on USD, Euro USD, and all USD pairs. This would be beautiful to watch. Same thing on USD JPY. We are in a strong bearish trend, but on the last days we had this bullishness giving some strength to the US dollar. Now if we here continue with the trend, then we can test again this low over here or create a new one and slowly move to the next support area on the daily around 100 Japanese yens for dollar. And if we break this wedge pattern, then we definitely can see some bullish rally, and this would be also beautiful, especially if we break this resistance area around this zone. Okay, and this is something which I personally would love to take participation at. Let's see what else to see, guys. Now if you want to see anything else from these secondary pairs, guys, just write this in the comment section. Let's check New Zealand JPY. Now here is again a very bullish trend. As you can see, we have this W pattern which broke pretty nicely, and now we can see more of a bullishness on this pair, my personal view. And let's check out this downtrend which got broken recently, and it gives a new way, a new space for the bulls to take over. Now also we have to have in mind this consolidation area or this support and resistance area, where for a few weeks the price held here, here, and before that here as a support and resistance. So we have to be careful around this area, but if we break it, then we have a space to the upside. Okay guys, this is all for today's video analysis. I hope you liked it. We only didn't check the US stock market indexes, and let's do that with the S&P 500. On this pair, guys, we saw a nice correction here. The price seems to be a little bit overbought for me, and I expect the new corrections coming up, but also the bullishness on this pair is incredible. I took some buys and sells on this pair. I took some sells here, which ended up with loss as the price moved backwards up. Then I felt this fall off here. Okay, I took a sell and I got some nice money. Then on the recovery I also got some real good profits. And now the price is still very bullish. It's unbelievable, but this is what the US indexes do. It's like they always go up and up, climb the tops. You see, that's ultimate highs. Stock market have never been so wild and crazy. Okay, so that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Here is the subscribe button. You can click it. If you're already a subscriber, you can check out my other videos, my educational materials, and if you want more, just write that in the comment section. I'm about to share some very nice educational videos, so stay tuned and click the like button, See you in the next videos. Peace!